Mike Bohn joined now by Cory Sandhagen, who's a couple days away from his UFC Des Moines headliner against Deiveson Figueiredo. Cory, how's it going this week so far? How's Iowa treating you?
Yeah, it's going great. I love Iowa. My dad's from here, so I've driven here a ton of times as a kid growing up, so it kind of feels like second home.
Okay, how far away from Des Moines did your dad grow up?
Probably a few hours. He was like way east Iowa in a really small town called Manchester. So yeah, we would like have to drive all the way through Iowa to get there. So
Okay, do you still have like family roots there, or did they kind of all relocate?
uh they're all gone. They're all gone.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, no, understand. But like anything from, like childhood family stuff, like will this feel like a lot of support different than if you were fighting elsewhere in the country?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I love the Midwest, man. Like Colorado kind of used to really feel like the Midwest big time. You know, people were super friendly before it got like super, super busy, but that's kind of just what happens. And yeah, I'm a giant fan of the Midwest in the US. Like the size of Des Moines is awesome. I love the Midwest. This is somewhere that I visited a lot. Colorado used to kind of feel like the Midwest until it got really big. But yeah, I'm a big fan of towns that don't have a ton of traffic and feel like a slower pace of life. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Iowa.
Yeah, and I mean, like, obviously a part of the country too. Not a lot of UFC events. This is their first show there in
Mhm.
over 25 years. By this point, do you sense from your few days there, like this is a fight hungry area, and that they're really going to be a great crowd on Saturday?
Kind of. I kind of just got here last night,
Okay.
so I haven't really. But I walked by the arena. The arena is really nice, much nicer than I thought that they were going to have. So yeah, I'm excited. But regardless, I know that it's a fist fight and crazy shit happens in fist
I
fights.
had heard that this fight between you and Davidson was kind of originally discussed maybe for like UFC 313 in March, and they wanted it like as a main event, things like that. What was kind of your process in getting that? Did you hope it was a 3 rounder back in March, or do you think this is appropriate?
I was kind of okay with whatever. I definitely don't mind having a 5 round fight against Figueredo. I like 5 round fights. I know that it's a lot more damage that we do to ourselves or whatever, but I really like my odds in 5 rounds versus 3 rounds. But yeah, I mean, we were scheduled to fight in March, and then something happened on his end where we couldn't do that, and I was excited to fight on that UFC pay per view card because I don't fight on many pay per view cards. I always main event like fight nights and stuff. So I was excited about that, but this is fine too, man. I'm glad that it's in Iowa because like I said, it has a place close to my heart there. But yeah, I'm excited for it. So.
Yeah, your fifth straight main event, eighth overall. What would you say, like going into this fight week, you now know and have learned about being in this position, carrying a card that maybe you didn't going into main event number one?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, man, I'm way honored. That it's so awesome to just have the trust from the UFC one, but then also just get that honor. Like that's a big honor. Yeah, I mean, hopefully I just go out, whoop his ass, and then I can be the main event fighting for a title. That's really what I want.
Yeah.
So I'm over being the main event without a title shot. So hopefully after this one, I'll be able to stamp my ticket to fighting for the belt.
Yeah. How much patience have you had to exact in that regard? I know you wish you were further along. There's been some big spots. I know you wish kind of you did things a little different. As you go into this next push, a fight like this, maybe a title fight after, where is kind of the mindset and like what you've done and what's limited you so far?
Yeah, I mean, in the past, I'm just losing by inches.
Yeah.
I'm not really losing by miles against any of these guys. So I just gotta go out there and touch up some things. I'm sick of being the guy that's really good at almost winning, and I'm and I'm done being that dude. It's hard. It's hard to beat really good fighters. So I'm freaking trying my best, but I think that I've learned a lot from my experience. I'm a super experienced guy. I know everything that's, not everything that's going to happen because fighting's crazy. But yeah, I mean, after this one, I really think that I'll land in one of those spots where there's going to be no one else to fight for the belt. Umar's out for a while. I don't know what Jan's doing for his fights, but he's kind of coming off of a skid or a previous skid. He's on a 2 fight win streak now, but he's also lost to both of those guys. So I don't know how interesting of a fight that'll be if they do a title fight for Jan. But also the entire world wants to watch me and O'Malley fight. The UFC fans have been calling for that fight for a really long time. And then against Merab, I'm the only guy that hasn't fought him and lost. So yeah, man, I think that I could land myself in a little pot of luck after this one, but I got to go out there and make this luck happen by just going out and looking like the most impressive Cory Sandhagen that the world's ever seen on Saturday against Deiveson Figueiredo.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there. My only, I guess, concern for your trajectory to a title shot is if Sean O'Malley wins, would they do an immediate trilogy? But I also feel like the UFC, maybe once the belt comes off Merab, they might not be pushing or, freaking out to get him back into another title fight. So I feel like it maybe could open up for you.
Yeah, I mean, man, I really think that there's no better fight to make in the bantamweight division than me and O'Malley. We haven't fought each other. We've kind of had like a parallel, up and comingness a little bit, his obviously happening a little bit more like this, but yeah, I mean, there's really there's no other fight that I think is more interesting in the bantamweight division than me and O'Malley. The fans are calling for it. So if he wins, that's what I'll be asking for. But if Merab wins, that's what I'll be asking for.
Yeah, there's great choices regardless. Do you feel like to help you get over the hump, is this why you hired the brand manager to help you make sure you get this, or what's going on here?
Yeah. What I really need help with is figuring out how to be semi-famous in a really niche sport. But yeah, the vlogs were fun. I really like silly, stupid humor. I think it's like just hilarious, like Mr. Deeds and Good Burger and like old movies like that were really funny to me. So yeah, just having some fun with doing vlogs instead of my boring ass personality, someone following me around and me just hanging out all day,
Sure. I mean, I know the life of a fighter, a lot of the times you guys are just training, eating, and sleeping. So the fact that you're getting some curveballs in there and making it fun, are these like your ideas that you're coming up with, or do you kind of collaborate with some other people, or how do you execute the blogs?
No, I write all of them. Here's what I do all day, man, is I don't watch a lot of TV. I read, I write, and I just think of ideas when I'm not like training and coaching. I think about how I can help the guys that I'm coaching get better. I think about how I can get better. And then all of the extra room that I have in my head is spent like coming up with really stupid ideas. So yeah, so the vlogs are a result of just straight boredom and my dumb ideas.
Have you felt like a sense of, the people liking them and, connecting with you maybe in a different way than they have just watching your interviews and your fights over the years?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think that a lot of people don't really know who I am, and that's because I try to keep it that way sometimes.
Sure.
But also I kind of understand that that's not really the world that we're living in now. But if I got to show who I am, I'm going to make it a really sarcastic, stupid idea of who I am, which is so yeah, I mean, it's been fun, but I really wanted to do a lot of these so that the fans could kind of see a different side of me, which I think is, good to have people do, because, some of my like favorite people growing up, or the people that I was biggest fans of, were people that I could connect with a little bit better. So yeah, so I guess just trying to do that.
No, it's a great idea, man. You're killing it. And I guess before I let you go here, Cory, like we know what you're capable of doing in that octagon. It's always very exciting. It can be extremely violent as well. When you look at Deiveson, he had that great start at bantamweight. It seems like he hit the ceiling a little bit in that last fight. What do you kind of sense from him? Do you feel like he's gonna have some stuff figured out based off that last loss, or do you see a lot of flaws that maybe Piotr Jan exposed that you can continue to open up?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the fight with Figueiredo and Jan, the difference is that Figueiredo wasn't able to use his wrestling the same way that he was against Cheeto and Afont. And although he wasn't like controlling Cheeto and Font a ton, he was using it to set up a lot of his strikes and to, create a little bit more chaos. But no, man, I think that I'm going to go out, look spectacular. I'm going to crush it for 25 minutes. This is going to be the best performance that I've ever had against a really experienced, dangerous guy. And those are the types of fights that I like. Those are always the types of fights that I ask for. And I just can't wait to go out Saturday night, whoop some ass, fight for the belt after this one, and just have that opportunity to show the world how great I am, man. Like that's really what I want to do, dude. Ever since I was a 17-year-old kid, I've had this dream. I just want to kill it. And I'm gonna, so.
Let's go. And then are you going to go to Newark? Make sure you're cage side there.
Absolutely. I made my wife move our honeymoon because when they announced that
No
fight,
way. Where
yeah,
were you
yeah,
guys
oh
gonna
yeah, we
go?
moved it. We moved it. We're being I was like, hey, I gotta be at this. And she was like, okay, we'll move it. And I was like, all right, sweet.
Yeah, I feel you. I just scheduled my honeymoon for December, and I told the fiance like we need to make sure it's on a non-UFC fight week. So, we're selfish in that regard. All right, Cory, I appreciate the time, man. Enjoy the rest of the week, and looking forward to this fight on Saturday. I appreciate you.
Thanks. Cool. Have a good one, Mike.